Go ahead and drop this in the Discord. Drop the link in the Discord. Apparently we're live, but it's not on YouTube yet. Come on. All right, not live. The Discord. Exit. Let me go send my homeboy the live stream and drop it in the Discord. All right, let's go ahead and close all of anything that will slow down my computer so I don't lag. Like the Discord, for example. Look how much that's taken up. Dropbox background services, for example. OBS, we can leave that one. OBS cap, whatever it wants. I don't know about no existing notification, but whatever. That should be enough. All right. All right. So welcome to another video trading MagnOpus Trading Solutions. You know what the routine is. It's a I think it's a rooster outside. They have chickens out here. I don't know where they got the chickens, but they got chickens, and I guess it's time to trade, and that's what he let me know. So just ignore him in the background there, guys. All right, so today is Friday, August 1st. The first day of the month, and also the first Friday of the month, which ends up being the first of the month. So that's pretty cool. And then today's NFP. We are looking at news not to let us know what direction the market is going, but to let us know when liquidity will be into the markets and volume into the markets for trades. Now, NFP is a very, very tricky day. NFP almost sent me to the unemployment line. Looking for food stamps. The last 2 weeks. No, last month. And as well as CPI and PPI. So now I'm gonna still trade NFP, but I'm gonna trade half the lot size. I'm gonna show you guys. So we got NFP coming up at 8:30. We know that 8:30 news usually markets don't want to go 5 pips above or below the 8 a.m. candle open. They usually want to wait till like 8:15, 8:30. But remember, it's a probability. So if we do get in before 8:30 or 8:29 in a few seconds, hopefully we could get into the markets before the ridiculous spreads get in. But we do have our entries moved away from our original entry so we could account for spreads as well as our stop loss and our take profits. So that's gonna be cool. And I'm gonna trade. I already set up the EA in a way that it's gonna trade a lot conservatively, and I'm gonna show you guys that. So as we could go ahead and throw that away. Next, we're gonna open my virtual private server. This is my computer on the cloud. Drag it and drop it over here. Uh, All right, this is my my server on the cloud that hosts my EA, my program on FTMO as well as my live account on IC Markets. Just in case I lose power, there's a power outage, there's an internet outage, or something happens to my personal computer, the EA is going to be able to run Monday through Friday without any issues. But the settings are going to stay the same. So we do not go in markets looking to make any trading decisions. We don't care if it's going bullish. We don't care if it's going bearish. We're not looking for candlestick patterns. We're not looking for trend lines. We're not looking for anything special. We are trading probabilities. I know that at 8 a.m. if markets move 5 pips either bullish or bearish, it is more than likely to continue in that direction. 15 pips or more, it's an 80% chance that it's gonna move 5 pips or more, but it's not a lot of money in that. So I moved it up to 15 pips or more, which is maybe a closest to like a 50 to 45% chance. But it's a lot more profits when you do it that way. But for the most part, if markets move 5 pips after the 8 a.m. candle open at 8 a.m., whatever direction markets move, is more than likely to continue moving in that direction. And then some days it moves 50, like the last 2 days, we moved 40 plus pips in that direction and to get some profits. Now, the way that I have, okay, before I say that, the thing that we do is we open the VPS and then we check if this right here where my algo trading has this green triangle. We make sure that the EA, which is the freehand EA version 3.4, has a blue hat, and we gotta do that for both of the accounts. Since I'm trading FTMO and the live account at the same time, we make sure the triangle is green and we make sure the hat is blue. That's going to indicate that the EA is on and is working properly. I do have the indicators on my chart here of the MagnOpus Trading Grid, and I have an indicator that automatically draws that. And then at 8 o'clock, all of this is going to be updated. You're going to see a yellow candle to indicate, a yellow arrow to indicate the 8 a.m. candle open. This black line is going to update to the new 8 a.m. candle price, and then the MagnOpus grid is going to be fitted subsequently 10 pips above and below. And then we're going to have the blue line is going to represent where our buy stop is, 5 pips above the 8 a.m. candle open price, and the pink line is going to represent where our sell stop is, which is going to be 5 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open price. And then whichever one price hits first, the other one will be instantly deleted by the EA. And then well at 8 a.m. the EA is going to calculate where the price points for the buy stop and the sell stop, as well as the lot sizes, take profits, entry, and then stop loss in less than a millisecond for price, especially when NFP or market is going to move volatile. And then when markets trigger one of the trades, it's going to delete the other one, so we're not stuck in two trades of the different directions. And then right now it's going to have a trail. It's going to follow price if it moves in our favor, or the stop loss is set. If market moves against us, it's going to close the trade. So that's it. I'm doing a what 15 pip stop loss with 2.5 risk reward, which is about 45 pips. I'm going to trail the I'm going to roll back the TP by 1 pip to account for spreads once it executes, and then I am going to manage, well, just watch the position and manage it if I have to. But now let's just get into how I'm trading NFP. I already set the let me double check that I got my ducks in order. So I already set the fixed lot today. Because it's NFP, I'm only gonna risk $1,000 on this account. I'm not gonna do 1.5 or anything like that, because sometimes if we get into the wrong side of the trade and spreads are wide, we could lose a lot more than we risk, because it's not gonna execute the trade anytime. And then um we just want to do a smaller lot size, because it's always, so I'm doing, it's always a probability that you see. As you can see, spreads is up like maybe a pip and a half right now. So it's, oh no, 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 it's not. It's like maybe a half a pip. So it's 2 minutes into the 8 a.m. where the EA is gonna execute. It's gonna execute the program for us. We don't have to do anything. The program is gonna work automatically, based on what it was programmed to do. So yeah, it was I'm gonna show you guys my on my IC markets, which is my bad, camera went out. Should be coming back any second now. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. All right, so on my IC markets, which is my live account, I already made, like, I think I'm up like maybe $400 net profit. I made all the money that I lost back, and I'm now a net maybe $400. And I already, that's not including the $130 I already withdrew. Uh, but on this one, I took out $500, so I had $602.88. I brought $111 up to that high. Um, if I add the too much math going on. So we're going to execute in the next minute. But I took out $500 from the total balance, just in case NFP want to F me over, that it doesn't take any of my real money out. Now I trade $1,000 on FTMO just in case it'll F me over. I give it another $1,000 buffer, and then next week I'll just be trading off of $200,000, like I never went into drawdown. But yeah, you just with NFP you want to be careful. Think it's a little bit of greed in me that don't want to not trade NFP at all, because I know it can, if it goes in your favor, you can make a lot of money. And then I do want to study it as well, how it moves the seconds before, and then see if I could build a plan, especially based off of Euro USD, to see how we could maybe have like a burner account where we put some live money in and just take that one opportunity where market's gonna move. In the next 2 seconds, you're gonna see the EA execute. All right, like I was saying, it instantly executed. It placed a buy stop and a sell stop. Entry, stop loss, take profits. Um, and then it had the lot size properly calculated in a millisecond. So as a human being, you cannot execute or you can't use your phone and type in these trades that fast. And it's not going to make any mathematical errors. You could press one button wrong and that could cost you your account. So I believe that just trading a program, if it's not, it could be, I want to do a hybrid where when it comes to mathematical calculations and placing the trades, you let the EA do it. If you want to manage the trade, you can. So I want to do a hybrid. But me personally, once I get everything situated, I won't be doing hybrid. It'll be complete EA. But I would like to give other people that wants to use the EA the ability to have a hybrid system where you could figure out where you want to come out at take profit, figure out where you want to come out at stop loss, enter into trades, exit trades and stuff like that, scale in, scale out, as well as let the EA do the bulk of it. But if you just want to make more money or take off the risk, you can do that if you want to. But for right now, we have the EA working. Now, because I'm trading NFP, I was gonna do like yesterday and day before yesterday, I trailed the stop manually because I don't have that setting in my EA yet. I'm gonna pay the program to do that shortly, when I make the money. But I'm not gonna pay him, but what you call it? Because the NFP put a 5 pip ATR and then let the EA do it. So once not a 5 pip, 5 period ATR and let the EA do that. So when markets move like this, I need that stop loss to be trailing. Because when markets move, it could move 10, 30 pips in maybe in a minute or 30 seconds or less. And then you won't be able to be trail the stop loss for both accounts accurately. So I'll be like, all right, forget that. If the EA don't got it right now, I just use the ATR. The ATR worked pretty well. Um, on the FTMO, I have the ATR to activate when markets move 10 pips after entry. And no, is it 10 pips? Yeah, no, I got the ATR to move. I'll tell you right now. There are different settings. This one, I have the ATR moving 15 pips after entry. So I could have a little bit of room. Nah, I'll change it to 10. I'll use both of them at 10. Nah, I'll leave it at 15. So this one is at 15 pips. The entry, the other one is at 10 pips. The FTMO, I want to be very careful. That's my baby right there. You have to use proper risk management. I don't want to go. I'm doing it's. I won't violate any rules, but I just don't play with the FTMO. With the $100, since I'm able to withdraw any capital that I can lose, it could be a little bit more aggressive. But since we have 3 winning days in a row, the probability that this day is going to be a winning day because I'm not doing a 5 pip partial close is less likely. So with my back testing, I know how many winning trades in a row I can get within a week, and then I know how many losing trades I could get within a week. And then can't guarantee what the next trade would be, but I just know on a probabilistic basis, is it going to be higher or lower? And then since I already have 3 winning trades, it is a lot lower today. It's possible, that's why I'm trading, but the odds are lower. And it's even lower because of NFP, because even though I might be right in terms of technical analysis on charts, because of spread, I might be wrong. Or I might lose the trade. Not that I might be wrong, I might lose the trade. So I got a little breakfast here. You know, I know that if I don't eat breakfast or I try to delay breakfast, my brain don't work that good. I'm not as sharp. All right. And then for my people on the live stream, let me go put this down here. And I'm gonna put my phone on MT5 so you guys can see the open profit loss right over here. So when I go on like TradingView and stuff like that, you can see, but you guys won't be able to see that. I got that on. Let me make sure my notifications. So the lines, the MagnOpus Trading Grid that I have on MT5, these lines that you see here, I identified an 8 a.m. candle open, which candle open at 1.14046. Then it makes the line subsequent. So we got our buy stop 5 pips above, sell stop 5 pip below. So every green line represents 10 pip intervals all the way up to 10 times. So it's going to be 100 pips straight up. Each we have 10 lines. Each line represents 10 pip intervals, and the same thing for the bearish lines. Each line represents 10 pip all the way down to 100. I noticed that in the session, markets can move at to 100 pips or more past the 8 a.m. candle open price, and then this also represents a 10-to-1 risk reward. That's if we use a 10 pip stop loss. It's not 10-to-1 because we use a 15 pip stop loss. We need maybe 20 more pips, 120 pips or something like that. So markets look like it's moving lower, and it might execute our sell position. And remember, guys, we have to go ahead and trail the TP by 1 pip. So if our take profit is 1.14546 on our buy stop, we gotta subtract 1 pip. We gotta change that 4 to a 3, modify. And then if our TP on our sell position is 1.13546, we gotta add 1 pip to make it 1 pip closer. And if we take a look right here, as you can see, we have our bullish line that represents a 3-to-1 up here, and then we have our TP, which is gonna be down here. And then if we look down there on the sell stop, we have our 3-to-1 right here, and then we have our TP right here. Now, and then we also have our buy stop, which is 1 pip away from the pink line, and the buy stop is 1 pip away from the blue line, and then the sell stop, which is 1 pip away from the pink line. I used to trade on the line, but especially because of spreads, you don't want to do that. If market is gonna move in my position to get me into the trade, and it's going to guarantee that I get into the trade and go into profits, it's no problem that I just sacrifice a pip for insurance purposes and spread purposes. And then for the TP, if markets want to go to that line right here and it spreads is away, instead of tapping the line and not executing my trade, I'll sacrifice 1 pip to get into that to get close my TP and get out the trade. This is what I have learned in the last 2 weeks. You couldn't understand how many times markets hit my stop loss by, but it didn't. Sometimes it doesn't hit my stop loss by a pip or less, 0.03 of a pip, and then the markets rallied up 50, 60 pips, and I was not in the trade. How many times markets tried to enter into the position, into my entry, and then it laid on the entry and then turned around and it entered a different position and it turned back around to be into profit and end up making me have a loss. Uh, the last 3 weeks that happened way too many times for me not to learn that lesson. And I made the adjustments necessary, and that's why I was able to I think for sure make all that profits that I did in the last 2 days. And that's good. So like I said, since we have news at 8:30, market is going to it's going to stay in between. It's going to move maybe 3 to 4 pips lower and then come up maybe 5 to 7 pips, but it's not going to hit the 5 pips above or 5 pips below levels to get us into the trade. It's going to wait until maybe 8:15, more likely 8:29, right before news, and then it's going to allow spreads to go crazy, and then it's going to move. Just to F a lot of people over for sure. Seen it happen way too many times, right? But if it does that and it's in your favor, you lock in a lot of profits, and then if it goes past your TP, you lock in even more profits. And I've seen it happen, but it's more likely than not to happen. So you either wanna not trade NFP at all, or you wanna trade very, very, very conservatively. In the meantime, let's go do some technical analysis on TradingView. It's on the charts. Maybe. That should be a lot better for you guys. Let me see if I can do this. Get your ass up here. And then that. This is the 1 minute already. That's great. Mhm. Right here, so I can monitor that. All right, I'll move it out the way so you guys. So let's go to yesterday, right? So right now, well, not right now, but yesterday, I've been noticing that in terms of daily analysis. Oh, my bad, camera went out. What I've noticed that in terms of general analysis, when it comes to looking at how markets is moving in ranges on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, um, the analysis that I'm doing is fine. But now I'm noticing that I'm probably going to make another chart where I only analyze the data of 8 a.m. to about keep it at 5 p.m., but sooner or later I'll just bring it to like 12 p.m. and that's it. It's gonna avoid a lot of the it's just too bulky right now on TradingView. I have way too much data on it. I'm gonna show you guys. I showed you guys yesterday, but it takes way too much time. So like to analyze one of these squares with doing all that stuff, it probably takes me about 10 minutes per square. And then as you can see, it makes TradingView move a lot slower. It's a lot bulkier, and a lot of the information, if it's not in regards to a trading, which I'm trading, it's not relevant. I should have another one for analysis purposes. So I think maybe in the future, next week, I'm just going to look at every day the grid of every day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then I'm not going to analyze, or I'm not going to put any boxes. I'm not going to put the MagnOpus trading template on. I'm just going to look at data because I don't look at support and resistance. I don't look at past price data because it doesn't matter. Markets could respect support. It could disrespect support and resistance. It doesn't matter. You could bounce off or you could go straight through. So looking at the back doesn't really matter unless I've proven something that would make it make sense. But in terms of like session one and the range of day one, it is not gonna apply. There's nothing. I'm not using any of that information to trade. The only thing I am doing is I'm tracking how price action is moving 8 a.m. and subsequently after. So, and it's gonna save me a lot more time. It's gonna make TradingView move a lot faster. And then we already know, like, we'll have another chart for that if we want to do analysis, and we already know what's going on. But in terms of trading, we don't need it at all. We don't use it. But like I said, I don't make any decision. I don't change anything until the end of the week, or until the new week. No, you don't. You see? All right, we'll go over yesterday first. I have manners. My bad. My mom's talking. Stop showing. All right, let's go over what happened yesterday fully. So as you know, markets opened at 1.14492. We didn't have too much drawdown. I mean, we didn't have too much movement but bullish past the 8 a.m. candle open. Maybe what we got 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes into the trade. I mean, into the day, into the hour, my bad. 20 minutes into the hour, we triggered a sell position. And then I guess we moved lower 5 pips, and then we entered our sell position, and then 5 more minutes later we got 5 pips in profit, which is 10 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open price. Then we moved another 10 pips. Now we already hit that 1-to-1. We were good. We was looking at markets. We were in profit. That was what's up. And then we retested the first subsequent bearish main line, which is 10 pips. So we went back 10 pips, and then we went back lower 10 pips again. That was a retest, and then this is indication that market is going to continue, and markets did continue another 10 pips. Now we're 30 pips. Um, Now we were 30 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open price, which is 25 pips in profit. We went and we trailed our stop loss to break even a little bit beyond, a little bit below break even, just in case markets want to turn around. And then markets didn't. Markets actually dropped down another 10 pips. So we was 40 pips in profit. We had 6,000 on the FTMO, around 6,066, 6.6, around 6 or 7,000. I think was like the most. And then on the live, we was up like $400. We had trailed our stop loss right over here, 15 pips behind the price, and then we stayed here for about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, like 45 to 50 minutes. And I was like, you know what? We have been here for a little bit longer, so I trailed 5 more pips. I could have closed, but I was like, all right, no, no. Since I'm trading my stop loss, I gotta let price hit my trail because you never know if it's gonna move lower. And I remember I said I was gonna go scrolling on TikTok. Once I got off the computer, and I turned off my webcam and I muted my mic on the live stream, but I left the TikTok running. Marcus went ahead and bounced off that line and took out my stop loss, and then we closed for about how much I closed on FTMO. We closed about 4 grand, and then on the live account we closed about 200, 190 profit, right? Which is good. Can't complain. We was content with break even, so we can't complain about that. Um, and then Marcus went and retested. As you can see, market retested the 8 a.m. candle open. We took all that profit back. So if you was a person that didn't move your stop loss or didn't trail your stop loss and you was waiting for markets to go further, it went right back to your entry. But if you was pretty decent, it ended up testing, which made a retest of the bullish direction, ended up reversing again, moving lower 10 pips, retesting. Instead of going back, it retested lower again, indicating that it wants to continue moving bearish. And it did so. And it tried to test this line and it's moving lower. And now we are lower than we were yesterday, and we came back and we retested some. I'm not going to draw the grid, but you can basically see what's going on with the grid in the background there, what levels that it touched and what levels that it didn't. And then we continue moving lower, retest, and then we're going to see what we got today. So let me go ahead and draw the information that we need. So this one, end up copying that on accident. No, 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 we did that. Not bad. Let's go ahead and hold control, and then we could click multiple things, and then once you finish, we just drag it. Find a new little shortcut to moving these things over. All right, let's make sure our timestamps are properly aligned. All right, so this is at, you got the phone in front of it. Let me move the phone right quick, guys. 4:55, perfect. If it's, yeah, 4:55, 5 minutes plus is gonna drop us on the 8 a.m. I mean the 5 a.m. candle open. And then let's see how this one is working. This one, we need to move over. We need to move back. Nope. We need to move. We need to move the grid over 5 pips. All right. Looks like price is trying to move lower to the sell stop. Like I said, as you can see, it's already 8. Okay, guys, we have executed a sell. Perfect. That's good, and we look like we're moving lower, guys. We already in profit, but we still have plenty of time to we still have plenty of time to reverse or whatever like that. We have the we have the ATR trading stop on, so that's good. Our entry is good because on IC marks our entry is good. No, and FTMO our entries are good. Good, good. We didn't catch a bad spread, so that's one piece of good news, right? Now we have to make sure we can make sure of anything. We just gotta manage it, make sure the stop loss is moving based off the 5 period ATR, which is gonna activate when markets move what 15 pips in our 10 pips in our favor when it's on FTMO, 15 pips in our favor when it's on IC markets. We do have a 15 pip range here. Hopefully markets don't fluctuate too bad and we stay in the markets, or hopefully markets don't get too close to our stop loss before 8:30. So it allows markets to do that bullshit fluctuation. To allow markets to move volatile, but it is what it is. We committed to the trade, win, lose, or draw. This is the trade that we're in. We're in the sell position, and we're gonna see what's happening. We have our stop loss. We risk in a way that even if it does go past our stop loss with slippage, and we're not gonna lose anything drastic. We're not gonna lose that almost. We're not gonna lose that $9,000 I lost a few weeks ago. I plan on losing 3,000. That motherfucker moves so fast. That motherfucker took 9 grand, and it wasn't even. It didn't even hit my entry. Price didn't hit my entry. The spread was far away from my entry. They just gave me a price. Still, you're in the trade, and we're gonna give you a horrible position, and there you go. And then when the afternoon went against my position, they was like, "All right, we'll just take you out when we feel like taking you out," and then triple my stop. That's NFP for you. They could triple your profit too. They'll probably give you like 10 more pips, 20 pips. It's not gonna triple your profit. Not at all. All right, let's go back to now we could just look at profit and loss here. And let's go back and look at the technical analysis. Let's phone this over. Let's identify the range of session uno. Boy, my computer is crying right now. My fan is on like top speed on my laptop. You can hear the fan blowing. All right, so I don't have to have this up here anymore. So, but you guys go ahead and look right down here. Let's go ahead and move this over as well. Go. That's crazy. I copied it exactly how it was, and it resized it to be inaccurate. So you gotta make sure your timestamps or you got the vertical lines and your boxes are lined up with the right timing. I guess the weekly box or the weekly range or weekly box, whatever you want to call it, is off by like 5 minutes. There we go. Now that over by 5 minutes. All right, perfect. We flush now. There we go. Now I gotta copy over the MagnOpus Trading Grid. Well, no. Let me go ahead and measure this first. Let's measure session one. Session one range was a total of, let's call it 41 pips. Remember, you want to round down because markets don't give you, they take. Especially when you're trying to enter and exit out the markets. Don't want to give more space. 41 pips. All right, now I could go ahead and try to copy as many of these lines as I can. Sometimes it let me, sometimes it don't. All right, I got them. Move it over. Alrighty. And I just gotta line it up with 8 a.m. All right, first let me figure out where 8 a.m. is. 8 a.m. is this little candle right here. And cool. All right, we lined them up, and now we just gotta make sure we got the right coordinates. And remember, guys, on the MagnOpus Trading Grid, especially when including the strategy and the grid, is all based off of one price. It's different mathematical calculations based off of one price. The 8 a.m. candle open is going to give you your entry points. It's going to give you your stop losses. It's going to give you your take profits, and it's going to create the grid on the chart so you could track price action. That's all you need. One price, and you could do anything. Well, you could do everything that you need in terms of my technical analysis and trading strategy, which is 8 a.m. candle open. If we go to let's go back to the VPS for a second here, and we go to this black line right here. 8 a.m. candle open price was 1.14046. We have officially hit the first bearish line. I forgot what the price was. 1.14046. I gotta keep saying it before I forget. 1.14046. That's my black line that I just clicked. I'm gonna copy it. We just labeled it the coordinates, and then I'm gonna paste the coordinates to move that black line to fall right on the 8 a.m. candle open. And then since we touched the black line, since we went down 10 pips already, let's move the red line. So 1.14046 minus 10 pips, which is minus 0.001, is going to give us 1.143 minus 1 is going to give us 2. So 1.14. Wait a second, guys. Wait a second. Oh, yeah, no. Okay, I got it. 1.14246. I see what I did. I usually just I usually clone this one, copy and paste it, and then use that one. But since I copied over all the lines, I use the same coordinates as yesterday, so I gotta go ahead and adjust that. I didn't do the math right. I did the math off the line. 1.143946. Sorry, guys. That's what I'm saying. 1.143946. Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm doing this mathematical calculation wrong, guys. That's why I use a calculator. I thought I was cool. 1.13946. I see where I did right. I was off by one shift. What? Yeah, the calculators. That's why I'm gonna get this program so that it does it automatically based off of a computer algorithm and not imperfect humans and my bad math. So the thing is, even when I was in school, I was in like geometry and what I was like AP physics and stuff like that, and I was great. The large mathematical calculations I could do, but when it came to like in the middle of the calculations, like a small addition or subtraction problem that I had to complete the entire calculation, I'll do the math, I'll do like the addition and subtraction wrong, but like the entire equation, I would have it right. And it's just like attention to detail, and sometimes I go a little bit too fast for my brain, or my brain goes too fast for for my hands and my mouth. Pause. 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 Then we got 1.14146 is gonna be above 1.14146, and we got NFP in the next 30 seconds. Let me see if I could at least move this line over. All right, let's go to the VPS and watch the EA work. All right, guys. Might be a loss, might be a win. Just here to experience the trade. Loss. That's a quick one too. Damn, that was fast. Yes, FTMOs. I owe $60. You see? You see? Alright, let me go transfer that 60 over, bro. Can't do nothing about that, guys. So let's see. Let me turn off this alarm. This was where my stop loss was. This was where I executed. Can't complain. We took the gamble. We took the gamble. We took the gamble. Can't complain. I am proud that I did risk properly. Didn't lose my head, man. And look, look, look. They gave us how much? Oh, nah, they did definitely give us like 5, 6, 7 pips in our favor. It was pretty obvious that I was gonna buy though. Well, the odds were in the favor of it retracing since it hadn't did any let me show you guys. It hadn't did any retracements past this beautiful bearish move all the way up here. Damn, that would have been some good money, dog. But we'll be here for another day. We'll survive for another day, guys. We'll make it another day. Right? Well, how much time do we have on? So we're here for about another 15 minutes. I could go ahead and finish the technical analysis part of the video, and then we will. That'll be it for the end of the week. That'll be it for the end of the week. I done lost 160 on the live account. That's not that bad. I'll stay alive. And then as you can see, Marcus is doing what it wants to do. There you go, NFP for you. Somebody's making a lot of money today. All right. Just want to close that so we don't have any more fear of missing out. Go straight through. So I'm gonna. It depends. Yeah, I think it's spread. That's the only thing that I can't forecast spread. I could try on MT5, right? But when I'm back testing, right, I can't forecast spread. So if the odds are more likely that I'm gonna lose NFP, I'll just wait. I wouldn't say wait, but I would just implement a strategy that wherever direction markets go to first when it comes to the ADM candle open price, whether it's 5 pips bullish or bearish, I trade the opposite. So it's gonna be like the EA will identify if markets go down 5 pips to go ahead and place a buy stop at 5 pips above the ADM candle price, and it better do that motherfucker fast because you ain't got no time. Like I said, it ain't gonna try to move until 8:30. So yep, that's what's up though. Maybe next week, guys. Maybe next week we'll get it, but it ain't this week. All right, let's go ahead and put some work in. Do. So we know we don't need another bearish line, so we could continue on cloning these lines. Um, 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 or Or what I can do is could trade both directions. And then because it's NFP, damn, that is what that forest broker killer nigga was doing. You trade both directions, and then sooner or later, it's never going to be an equal amount on both sides, right? So if there's not an equal amount on both sides, one is going to be a loser, one is going to be a winner, and then the winner should basically offset the loser. Now I do see NFP that moves like 30 pips and 40 pips. It just moves fast, 30 or 40 pips. Um, and then it will make both of those trade losers. But in the long run, will it be profitable? These are theories that I could back test and test. Damn, let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 pips, almost pushing 100 pips. And that's 5 minutes right there. And then another thing, NFP really just lasts 5 minutes. It's not the whole time after or whatever like that. Now it can continue, but it's gonna fluctuate and stuff like that or whatever. But the first 5 minutes, that's NFP right there. Let's go ahead and do like that, and gonna do like that. I'm pretty sure these lines are not accurate, so I gotta go ahead and fix it. But let's fix the this one. So 5 pips below 1.14046. Go ahead and do that. Minus 0.0005. You gotta add an extra zero when you're thinking about singular digits, which was what, 0 through 9. Let's go ahead and move this pink line over here. Settings. This one is just gonna be the same one. We just have to add 10 pips. Paste that. If I add 10 pips, it'll be 14,114 or 14,114. Okie dokie. Something about this line doesn't look accurate to me. So this is gonna be 14. I don't like it. If this is 14, this line don't look even to me. 1.14046 minus 0.0005. Exactly what I thought. Yeah, we up. I think we should have upped 100 pips by now. There we go. Cool, I could tell a line is accurate or not from a mile away. Look at this. How did this even happen? I'm gonna leave that motherfucker there, by a matter of fact. Nah, I'm not. My OCD will not let me do that. Paste. Let's go. This is gonna be 40. Oh, fuck it ain't. Okay, let me just use this calculator and stop acting like I know what the fuck going on. Plus 0.20. Oh, 460. Okay, my bad, my bad. I thought that's it. What that's it for the 96. It is. Well, I'm telling you, man, human error is the worst. Especially when it comes to doing multiple, long forms of mathematical. I mean, math. Especially me. Especially me. All right. And then this is gonna be easy part. We're just gonna add one every single time. It's gonna be a whole lot of dots I'm gonna have to draw today, boy. Tell you that much. Phew. E or I have another idea. How about buy stops 10 pips and 10 pips, 10 pips above and 10 pips below? Because the entry might always get bullshitted. Maybe the buy stop doesn't. Either or, I see FTMO invalidate all those reasons. I just gotta find which one is gonna be the most, which one is the most probable to occur, and then which one is most profitable to occur. And I'm gonna go for the most probable, and I'm gonna figure out the intersection between the two, and that's how I'm gonna build it. It's gonna take a second though. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'll probably have it done by the end of the month. Well, before next month, but I don't think I'm gonna do that type of analysis or back testing anytime soon. Damn, you lose money and all your TikTok people gone. No, no faith. Y'all only here for the profit, huh? Okay, okay. I'm gonna see you at the finish line. All right. Only here for the profit. Only here for the photos. Go ahead and try to catch that sell. I know somebody, oh, it's gonna reverse now. It's gonna reverse now. Boy, C markets do some funny things, dog. I'm the guy that's gonna try to catch the rocket ship with my bare hands. I'm him. Or I used to be him. Came to the party for the photos. I left with the hoes. Came to the party for the photos. Part, also the necessary part. Definitely did 110. Not that I've resized it properly. Definitely did. Grooving, grooving. I'm gonna be part of one of these trades one of these days, guys. Don't worry. Our time is coming. My nigga, definitely fucked that up. Okay. What line is this? Boy, my fucking neck hurt. All right, here we go. Oh man, that price moved, but whoo-wee, ricochet right off of my dumb ass. All right. Let's go ahead and move this up a little bit. Got a few more adjustments left. Okie dokie. And then we're gonna go ahead and explain what happened, which is pretty much self-explanatory. Great job, great job, great job. Piece of shit. Was pretty much self-explanatory. Oh, jeez, it's moving higher. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's not done yet. Oh, jeez. I know whoever's holding this position, but jeez Louise, bro. You done for the month. Gotta be done for the month. What, and the month just started? Sheesh. Sheesh. Turn my eye 10 seconds and move 10 pips. Wow. Wowzers. Cool, let me hurry up and do this before Marcus decide to move even further, bro. I ain't got no time for it to be doing all that. Marcus went ahead and triggered our sell stop at around 8:15. We need a black dot. Triggered our sell stop around 8:15. Then it actually tapped the bearish 10 pip line at 8:25. 5 minutes before its beautiful execution. And we don't need a green dot, we need a red dot. Come on, focus. Right over here. And then subsequently, instantly, instantaneously, pivoted at 8:30, in less than a second, moved 10, 20, 30, 40 pips instantly. It wasn't even a gradual. It was 8:30, bam. That was it. One point to the next. So we got 10, 20, 30, 40. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Watch what I'm doing here. This is 50. That's five dots, right? If you know, let me do this from the bottom up. So, all right, let's try it again. Gotta love a bullshit computer. You gotta love a bullshit computer. Do not rotate. Fuck it. For sure, fuck it. All right, let's just do it hand by hand, right? Fuck it. Oh, it worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. It just lagged. I was pissed. And then let's see. We'll call this a retest. Yeah, it's just lagging. Bullshit computer. Can't do TradingView. Okay, let me close my VPS then. I closed it. I did close it. Computers just cannot handle a live stream and TradingView at the same time. So we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Wow. When I see these trading results on social media, it's gonna be crazy. All right, cool. That's enough technical analysis for today. I ain't doing no more. They got it. I'm gonna let market settle. I'm gonna let price action do what it wants to do, and I'm gonna do it at one time, maybe around like 4 o'clock when all this happens, because it's gonna try to retrace maybe 50, 60 pips or something like that, and I'm not gonna do all that. I'd rather do it at one time than gradually. Okay, so that's what it is. So the best thing about today, I would say, is the use of proper risk management, understanding that every trade is not gonna be a winning trade. It doesn't matter how confident you are about a trade or how much volatility you think will be in the markets for that trade. Make sure you risk properly, know how much you're going to lose, know how much you're going to win. And before you get into the trade, internalize each of the outcomes. I would just say internalize the losing position of the outcome so that you are not disappointed and that you're not making any bad decisions after because you already accepted the loss. Now, like I said, even though I knew I risked properly, um, that um I knew that because it's NFP, it doesn't respect stop losses because I was probably trying to use it in my favor, so it don't respect TPs either if it's moving that volatile. So you can make a lot of slippage in profit, but that's two times in a row that it did not work properly on the strategy. Third time's the charm. I might try next week with proper risk reward. I'm probably gonna try to leave a little bit more price buffering so that it could so I have my IC markets is in negative. I'm gonna put the money back into the account. It's gonna take that $6 and I'll have what 440 instead of the 500, and that's definitely fine because if it went into my favor, I would have had a lot more money, which is definitely fine. And then we have another week of trading opportunities. We didn't blow the account. We have enough money to trade every single day next week and catch the opportunities of next week. It's good as well that markets are moving like that because that means that it gives a lot bigger ranges for markets to go ahead and close gaps and retest structures and fluctuate better than these 20 pip, 30 pip days or 30 pip sessions that we've been seeing in the last few weeks. We're gradually moving outside of summer market conditions. We're going to have a lot more volatility, a lot more bigger moves. And if you catch decent moves consistently, it's going to equal up to something like this here. And then the longer that we trade, the more mistakes that we fix, the more we optimize, the strategy and the EA based off of the information that we're learning by trading every day is going to give us the opportunity to capitalize on positions like this. Maybe not even on just one trade. It might be scaling in on multiple trades, or it might be trading different financial instruments, diversifying our risk. Because if we do that, then some might be losers, some might be winners. Just want to take it a step at a time, back test, make sure that it works, make sure that it is based off of logic, mathematics, and proper risk management, and then we should be good. So that's it for this week. We had a pretty decent week coming in from the last two bad weeks that we had. We did a great job with execution. We did a great job with discipline. We did a great job with psychology. I'm gonna work on a few things. I'm gonna work on the playbook. I'm gonna work on some YouTube videos. I'm gonna work on some shorts. I'm gonna work on some TikToks, the whole 9 yards. For the weekend, and then we are going to get ready for the coming up next week. Now, does not mean I'm going to stop the live streams. I'm going to be live streaming Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be doing study, and we're going to be doing back testing. We're going to do strategy optimization. So we stay consistent that this is our bread and butter. This is our what we live, breathe, and eat, sleep, and shit. Um, so that by the end of the year, I'm talking about it'll be crazy. If we get 1% better every day, by the end of the year, we'll be a different person. All right, guys. Thanks for joining the live stream. And have a good weekend.